We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Let me ask you something. Do you have a creeping feeling that this market is like slowly coming back? Can you feel everyone's hesitation? Is it a bull trap? No, but you can still feel the hesitation versus a month and a half ago where Orange Man tweets, I love the market, and it goes up 20% in one day. We've reached the parallel universe where everyone's afraid of the market, which means you should be afraid of the market. So today we're going to cover news. We're going to cover the TA, particularly weekly charts that you need to see on major coins that are so down and so out, right? Like SUI's down, but not out. TAO is down, right? And we've got crypto stocks, which are unbelievable. Crypto stocks have bottomed, are gapping up. There are breakaway gaps. Our theme is simple. Buy breakouts. 23, we love you too, brother. YouTube member area. The podcast I just got off, and for Patreon. So in the YouTube member area, this is what we covered. Venus, the planet Uranus, and the solar eclipse coming up March 29th. Can't say anything more about it. Members got it. What is the portfolio? The 50 coins we like, narrowed down by 3 hedge fund managers to 15 coins, and then narrowed down to the 5 favorite for each hedge fund manager, plus Toby's 5 favorite. I mean, it's like the one-stop shop for, say, the AI trade, and then I can replicate this process using everything that Toby has picked in the past to do sector reports. So like we'll have like the DeFi podcast, we'll have the real world asset podcast. All right, but meantime, this thing that we just did has pretty much got everything you need to get started right now because the market is bottoming, right? Everything burned down, the forest burned down, just a bunch of dirt. Now you have green shoots popping out. You want to check it out. Patreon, right? The middle tier offering, right? I gave them just a snapshot of the top 15. The podcast has the full explanation and further breakdowns along with Toby's favorite, right? LuxAlgo, I don't know, man. What is not trading on its discount zone? We will go over the bull case for ETH. Yes, I did find a bull case for ETH other than I'm a boomer and I can't stop liking it. 5-wave bottom in ETH, that's the Bill Noble indicator, so you can get that in the LuxAlgo store. And I continue to believe now more than ever, like this thing in Vegas, if you got the money, which I know is in some ways a joke, but if you have the money, who is Michael Saylor bringing to that conference? The Orange Man, the Secretary of Treasury, Bobby, who? And what are they going to lay out? Right? And Congress, can Congress get something done by the time that conference comes out? So what happens if you have the conference and they get something through Congress? Because they got to get something through Congress because there's an election in Congress in 2 years. So the sooner Congress wants to get started doing anything, I mean, right now, all we've had is the Orange Man and his pen signing things. But if you want to immortalize it, you got to pass it. What happens if they pass something before the conference or just after? I think if they pass something before, people are going to go ballistic. They're going to go crazy. Now, if that doesn't work for you, let me ask you this. Where's the market going to be at Memorial Day? Sometimes it's like buy the rumor, sell the fact. Okay, well, the fact is that the conference is bullish. And if you're in a YouTube member area, we've got everyone completely hooked up. So first, we kept everybody from quitting, right? We did the best we could. And then we said, okay, if you're still here, do this. Do this. Do it. Okay, let's welcome who's here. Who is still here? Bull Runner, Grandpa Keeter. God bless these guys, right? Today's Tech Bites with the McAfee emoji. Down but not out. When the AI singularity happens or the mini singularity happens, inside sectors per perplexity, there is going to be a big trade there. Wrong again. Felix, I want the actual bull market to start. This is the actual bull market, bro. This is it. Philip, let's do it. Wrong again. What do you get when you put astrology, GAN with a man and a woman? That crypto, chart magic. Wow. Hey, selling it for me, bro. I appreciate that. The great Santini, Bud74, DC Precise. Oh my God. Art at the Amsterdam airport, at the transfer area. Everyone into the airport, everyone out of the airport, everyone into the airport. Same thing in crypto. Daniel J, what's up? Grandpa Keeter with the green button. And 23 with the notorious love. Thank you. News, charts. Okay, I heard you. I'm mixing in the live TA. I don't have an exact plan for that, but I'm going to fit it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with crypto stocks, right? Riot, AI, and Bitcoin. They hated it so much, they just kept selling it. And then, boom. Okay. Breakaway gap. Insane, right? Breakaway gap all the way up. They eventually filled all these gaps. But again, at these levels, you know, when you get these breakaway gaps down here, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. Okay. And then you go over, you know, you go over here, right? And then you look at TAO. TAO on a weekly basis comes out down, all the way up, all the way back down. This is being looked at. We got the slide in here. Thanks to the Eagle King. This and GRASS, right? AI for normies. I can't believe no one's doing the AI trade, right? Here's GRASS getting perky, trying to take out a big area. This is on Coinbase. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. Let's go. What are we waiting for? Do you really think? I'm dead serious. I saw two of the guys. Ansem was in the conversation along with Jeets by Nav. Here it is. You ready? Simple. The next AI plus crypto trade is the real trade. Fartcoin led the way out. The speculative stuff always leads. And the next AI trade in crypto is going to be huge. And Toby said I can't say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The next alt season is AI driven. Hopefully she doesn't hear that. Right? It's not all alt season. It's probably just AI season. Or just any altcoin that has AI goes up and anyone that doesn't. Like there is no AI coin anymore. You either have it or you don't have it. Or you're in security tokens. And if you're in security, well, I can't tell you any more than that. The rest of it's in the YouTube member area. You have to go check that out. Okay, so when I went to business school, I actually had to read books. The first book they handed us was from Hayek. They handed us Hayek and Hazlitt. I don't believe we'll ever have good money again before we take the thing out of the hands of the government. We can't do so violently, although we can do all we can do by some sly roundabout way is introducing something that they can't stop. Gee, I wonder what that is. 1984. 1984. This guy was in crypto in 1984 and he didn't give up. Why are you? Right? I was in crypto 84 minutes ago. I'm done. I'm out. I'm wrecked. No. Fidelity files for spot Solana ETF with the Chicago Board of Options Exchange. Massive legacy entities. Can't get in fast enough. Crypto bros outdone. Just like, where is everybody? Where is everybody? Fidelity's like, ha! Fools. CME Group partner. Get you ready to look at this. CME partners with Web2, our friends at Google, to explore tokenization and enhance capital market efficiency. So they have to do this in such huge size, they're actually turned into Web2. The real-world asset projects are too small to handle the volume until they're not. Until they have to turn everywhere. Right? This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like, this feels like they want to tokenize everything all at once. That's why they call it Google. Because they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this one at a time. We want to do it all. It includes treasuries. Right? Remember I talked about this? $9 trillion. How are they going to do this? They got to put it on the chain. And everyone thinks that I'm crazy. There's no way. And a lot of it is going to wind up on Solana and ETH. So, I mean, if you look at Solana and ETH, I mean, I have the case for ETH, but, you know, ETH, this resistance at 2,200 isn't going to be resistance anymore. This dotted line has stopped. So when this 9 bottom and this 13 bottom kick in, it's just going to go. That's it. And the other reason, you know, is because Avalanche is moving. Like, what is there? Like, this is like the great yonder. It's like, what is there anything here to stop Avalanche on a weekly chart? This is straight down. Like, basically, Avalanche went down 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks were like the big down weeks. So why can't you have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks going the other way? I don't understand that. I don't understand why no one thinks that. That's crazy banana pants. Trump media shares jump on announcement of ETF deal. So retail out, Fidelity in, Orange Man in, Google in, CME in, CBOE in. I wonder who we should trade with. Okay, so our friends at, you know, OpenAI now have talking customer service bots, right? So it's going to learn, it's going to listen. Artificial general intelligence is happening this year, and no one wants to trade these coins in crypto. Insane. These guys are moving at warp speed, safely or not. The trade has not been done. Okay, but in the YouTube member area, we have you snug as a bug in a rug, ready for this. This is not traded anywhere. I don't even think, I mean, they traded in equities last year. This has been traded nowhere. And they're going to do it in crypto, and they're going to do it massively. The Federal Reserve is nothing federal. It has no reserve. They take wealth from small people and they give it to big people. Okay, so the guy from El Salvador thinks this. Bobby said the same thing. They can print or they can open their books. They're going to print. They have to print. They have to. They printed in 2017. They pushed money supply higher after the whole tariff thing back the last time the Orange Man did the tariff thing. So you're going to have a solar eclipse. We tell you what that means in the YouTube member area. You're going to have the tariff, you know, tariff April 2nd. It's by the news, right? Everyone's freaked out. Everyone's bearish. Everyone out. Everyone making up some narrative. Meanwhile, the computers flush everybody out. And I still don't think there's enough liquidity. I still don't think they drove it low enough. They couldn't get enough crypto. They couldn't. And I think this, I know I've said this before. I literally think this time they may have to start market buying it once it goes up because they don't have enough. All the people that need to buy Bitcoin can't buy Bitcoin. It just says nothing about altcoins, which again, people have just left. What happens if crypto hedge funds have to start FOMOing in to memes and tech metas in crypto? Where's the supply? Where's the seller? Retail doesn't own it. No one owns it. Circle just got approved in Japan. Why? Well, because they need buyers of treasury. They need buyers of government debt. That's what Circle does. And the Japanese want their population in on the wealth effect. It's like a giant anime movie where everybody buys the digital currency and, you know, a wealth effect is created and maybe babies will get made. It's a national, the wealth effect, universal basic income is crypto appreciation. Like the government may have to hand out some money, but the expectation will be that they get it in this market, and then the government gooses the market. Because this market needs, all it needs is to just wake up. And if Google and the CBOE and all these characters have to wake it up, great. We can't wake ourselves up. Okay, whatever. I don't know why that is. Whatever. Right? Everyone just goes, oh my God, and starts buying everything. My bank just refused to transfer fiat to Kraken. Gee, I wonder why. Do they have your interest at heart? They sold antivirus yesterday. I don't understand why. Right? You're going to need this. And if there's an AI event where AI produces something that revolutionizes the sector, again, that's covered in the YouTube member area, every AI agent coin is just going to fly. Just fly. You're going to have massive revaluation of anything AI agent based. Okay, so STRF or Stark comparing MicroStrategy's preferred stock offering. The Strife sale is scheduled to close on Tuesday, with Strategy raising $711 million in net proceeds. So it's like, give me billions, give me hundreds of millions. It's going right into the market. And I don't think there's enough crypto out there to fill his orders. I just don't. And if there is, right? Then there's this wild man action, right? Right. He's going to burn his Bitcoin. He's going to buy it, and then he's eventually going to burn it. And people think he's going to blow up. I don't think so. I just don't think so, right? Okay. $250 million USDC minted on Solana. Okay. So just in case people don't understand about Solana, right? I mean, the pattern match on Solana. Continuing with this theme of mixing TA. By the way, if you like this, hit the like button. If you really like it, turn on the notification bell. Solana crashes, whatever. Alameda, FTX, I don't know. Who is selling it? The ghost of FTX, whatever. Looks exactly like the bottom in September 2024. And I can pull up every single freaking coin. We pulled up coins on the YouTube member area and we said, wait a minute. Every single chart looks the same. Not exactly the same, but you get the idea. Like, we're doing a do-over. We're doing a do-over. Trump media wants in on the ETF game. Who do they eat lunch with? Are they eating lunch with Fidelity and BlackRock? Like, what do you think these guys do? Why do you think they're all doing the same thing? They're all doing the same thing, and we're sitting here like it's not happening. It's happening. BlackRock expects large institutions to quickly adopt and banks to do Bitcoin custody. BlackRock adds blockchain-based money market fund to Solana. BlackRock to list Bitcoin ETP, in other words, something that's like an ETF, so a stock market traded product in Europe for first crypto four-way outside the United States so people in Europe can buy into freedom. Wait until this has $10 billion under management because everybody in Europe FOMOs straight in. BlackRock Builder Fund is launched on Solana. The leader in real-world asset tokenization. So how many BlackRock headlines did you just get? 5. 5. You got 5 bullish Bitcoin headlines as it relates to BlackRock, and Bitcoin is up 0.5%, and they're still selling ETH. Wait until this solar eclipse happens on the 29th. Wait. Just wait. Just wait. By the way, Arizona wants to do a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Multiple states do. Multiple states do. So 13 million, I'd settle for 102K. Stablecoin from World Liberty Financial. No games, no gimmicks, stability, backed by dollars. The only way to issue 9 trillion in treasuries is to print stablecoins. Maybe that's the better way to say it. The more government debt that there is, the more stablecoins they have to print. Can you imagine? Stablecoin printing is what led to 2017. Treasury Secretary, we are going to re-leverage the banking system. What does that mean? I can tell you. Real simple, real quick. We are going to push money into the system. We are literally going to force banks to lend by backing whatever loans that they make. We're going to force money into the system. So they're going to crush inflation by crushing the job sector. And AI may have something to say about private sector jobs. I don't know. But the orange man knows that's going to happen, and he's got to offset it by building everything. And he's going to force the banks to lend to anybody who needs money. This is what the Chinese did 25 years ago. Basically blew up in their face because they didn't stop doing it, but whatever. A long way away from that. They're pushing money in the system. The Treasury's going to put high-powered money in the system. The banks are going to lend. And the Fed's going to increase M2 because you cannot have U.S. manufacturing without M2. You cannot have an increase in output without an increase in M2. They have to get the money into the system. He just told you that. Again, like, I mean, we go through this every day. And we go through this on the charts, right? It's like, you know, you look at this, right? Ohio, Bitcoin reserve. Okay. Yeah, here's the list, right? Trump launched stablecoin. Eric Trump advising MetaPlanet. DeFi World Liberty. Trump meme coin has 500 million in tokens. Introduced to Bitcoin reserve. And Fed cuts are coming soon. And you're bearish. No, you're bearish. You're out. Forget about bearish. You're out. Everyone's out. You're not out because you're here, and I appreciate that. But everyone's out. You gotta be kidding me. Everyone is out. Meanwhile, looking at the chart, right? Everyone's out, and all you need is to close through 90, and it's off to the races. Like, the Bitcoin bottom is confirmed. You need like 2 or 3 up days, right? You need one up day, and then boom. It's the eclipse. I'm telling you, this whole downtrend, right? This whole mess, right? Whatever you do into the eclipse, on the eclipse, you reverse it. I'll give you that. The rest of it's in the YouTube member area, right? All you got to do is get above this, and it goes to 102. You have so much room to go up. It's unbelievable. And everyone thinks altcoins are dead, and that's completely wrong. Completely wrong. Completely. Like, in the biggest possible way. Garlinghouse on the tube constantly for anybody who's into XRP. You know what this is? This is laying the groundwork for the Ripple IPO. Like, does he have to get on TV to pump XRP? XRP is the only thing anybody in crypto has not given up on. It's the only content you can make on YouTube that anyone will watch. Meanwhile, you have Garlinghouse on all these news shows getting ready for the Ripple IPO. Because as soon as these crypto stocks go back up again, he's going to do it. Everyone's trying to raise money. I mean, Crow blew up its token by massively increasing the supply so they could raise money. Crypto.com should have probably tried to go public. I don't know. They're maybe not big enough. Anybody who's big enough is going to go public and sell stock, especially before stocks have any problems, right? Confirmed, China is buying Bitcoin. Crucially, they're working with Russia to launch a gold-backed stablecoin. It won't work because the gold has a storage cost, unless the Chinese are going to absorb the storage cost and just issue the gold stablecoin. Maybe they figure if we're storing it anyway, we'll just, absorb the storage cost. We're buying gold 15 years, just issue it. Private sector can't do it, but he could. And of course, what are they going to do with the gold-backed stablecoin? They're going to start buying Bitcoin with it. Matter of fact, they may stop quoting Bitcoin in dollars, and they may start quoting Bitcoin in terms of gold. Who knows? It's unbelievable, right? 644 million crypto fund inflows, but Ethereum sees major pullback. Somewhere in here, I had the bullish case for Ethereum. I actually thought this was really compelling. So ETH versus Bitcoin has bottomed. Ethereum sacrificed revenue in the short term to supercharge its L2 initiative. At the same time, the SEC approved the ETFs, but disallowed staking. Right. Based rollups coming in early 2026 get L2s paying their fair shares for the L1 security. Up until now, L2s have been benefiting from essentially a free trial. So value is going to flow back into ETH. Additionally, the administration will allow ETH staking, making ETH more desirable and incentive for issuers to push these products. So in other words, an institution goes on ETH, they pay gas, but then they buy ETH, they stake it, they get the money back. They get the money back. It's like if they participate on the network, it generates fees, which generates interest for the ETH that they hold. So they buy a truckload of ETH and then they build something on ETH. You don't think this is going to happen? He just told you it's going to happen. They made the L2 networks expand, right? And then you can create money market funds and tokenize real world assets on ETH. Then he's trying to say something about quantum computing and that the Bitcoin narrative is not invincible. Okay, whatever. I don't even think ETH needs that. ETH can just like completely catch up. Like ETH and Solana can just smoke to the upside. Smoke. Especially if this is happening. They're going to allow staking on the ETH ETF, right? I mean, the orange man owns ETH. So the SEC is going to say, oh, no, you can't do that. Come on. They allow staking on the ETH ETF. Goldman or somebody comes out the next day building on ETH. Okay, so MicroStrategy. If you look at MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin, you look at MicroStrategy versus NVIDIA, you look at MicroStrategy anyway, here's a simple fact. BlackRock, mutual funds, insurance companies own it. Hedge funds are shorted. MicroStrategy, like basically the Bitcoin that MicroStrategy holds, based on what the equity market is doing, that Bitcoin is valued at 160K. Okay? Bitcoin currently is at 80 something. So if you buy MicroStrategy, it's like you're paying double the price for Bitcoin. So no one likes MicroStrategy. Hence, it goes up. Everyone hates it. Everyone's short. Boom. That and Bitcoin could be worth 160K. Like everyone looks at MicroStrategy and goes, oh my God, it's overvalued, blah, 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 blah. Or Bitcoin's worth 160K. Digital Bobby smashed number 26 to like. He's back. I am back. So is Big Rich. Dollar down, Bitcoin up, dude. 160K. You know how many people talking about 13,700,000. No one's talking about 160. You got 160K Bitcoin by Memorial Day. This market is going to be like a rocket ship, especially since they unwound every bullish thing that's ever happened in the last 2 years. I mean, people, it's on the chart. It's here. Solana, right? Where's Solana? I mean, we covered Solana in the analog thing. Where's Solana? Solana is where it was in February of 2024. What's happened in Solana in the last year? Nothing. Except they sucked everybody in and dropped it on them. I get it. That sucks. I get it. That's not optimal. But Solana's unchanged. If in February of 2024, if I told you 1 year from now, you're going to get this whole trade, you're going to get to do it all over again. You're like, oh, thank God. Because back then in 2024, it was like, well, you know, you're not early anymore. Sorry. You missed it. Look at this. Sui, you missed it, right? It's gone. Sui was at these levels in March of 2024. This was the March 2024 high. There was a correction, right? Painful. But Sui went back to where it was a year ago. Do you need this chart? I mean, it's got a nice 9 bottom. I like it. If it comes back above the 62% retracement, it's gonzo. Yeah, it's already back above the 62% retracement if you look at the whole move. Forget about it. And people are bearish on all this stuff. And they don't want to buy it. So they're bearish. They're out, which just, you know, that's they're out, or they're in and they're hesitant. He who hesitates is lost. Every big mistake starts with denial. The big mistake people are making here, and the thing they're in denial about, is how high and hard this thing can go up. I'm serious. eToro files for IPO after a whole bunch of crypto revenue. Crazy, right? Insane. Orange Man on Binance Chain. Is there any end to this? Crypto ETFs gaining massive popularity amongst U.S. advisors as reputational risk is gone. Oh my God, financial advisors who do nothing but wear nice suits and put people in the S&P going, we should do Bitcoin. Why? Because it's down. Because you know what? As much as you can make fun of stock people, they get it. It goes down 30%, you buy it. They have been doing this for 15 years. It goes down, you buy it. Goes down 15%, you buy it. Goes down 5%, you buy it. Ignore the noise, buy the dip. That's all these guys do. 7 days of inflow streak with signs of improving macro conditions. No, the macro conditions haven't improved. They're the same. Just the tape and Twitter noise has gone away. They wanted stocks down. They wanted eggs down. They wanted inflation to stop. So they stopped it. They stopped it. That is the improving macro conditions. The inflation report comes out on Friday. That's either the last bad one or shockingly good. I don't understand how anybody can be worried about inflation with the numbers that they're talking about letting fly out of these government agencies all at the same time. I mean, I told you this when it started. The people who were smart were the people who took the packages right out of the gate. The first people that get offered packages get the best. The last people that go, they're lucky if they get 2 weeks. Like, hey, take a package out until September. Done. Put the money in crypto, get the house sold, or hand the keys back to the bank and get out of Virginia or Washington, D.C. or whatever. Get out. Get into Bitcoin. Now. Have we reached the Bitcoin bull run's final wave? Oh, God, I love this. This is about as simple. Elliott wave is amazing when it's simple, right? So here's how Elliott wave works. Ready? Here's the tutorial. Short squeeze, wave 1 up. No one believes it. Quiet, wave 2, because we're still in the bear market, right? So everyone's like, oh, okay, whatever. Quiet. Fools everybody. Then it starts to go up. Then it's gradually, then suddenly. Then it's epic. Everyone in. And then 4 wave is volatile. Everyone out. Everyone out. 4 waves are triangles, or it's a straight down crash. See how this 2 wave, the 2 wave and the 4 wave are the opposite. 2 wave was like slow grinding. 4 wave, whew, straight down, everyone out. 5 wave, everyone back in an emotional vertical move that makes the 3 wave look like a Girl Scout pig. Straight up. What does this guy have? 140 by 2026. How about 140 by May and 250 by February of 2026? Another huge Gann inflection point of high volatility. So that most likely means a huge, massive top with like the Q4 rally just exploding, and then topping in 2026. It's not going to take, if it's a 5 wave, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's called extended fifth, meaning the 5 wave isn't just a one-off emotional boop. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Like there's one in May or one at Easter. Then there's another one at the end of the year. Just straight up. And in the meantime, when Bitcoin's not doing it, memes, AI, sector by sector, bucket by bucket, it's just going to go. And of course, where do you go for all your bucket research? You know where to go. Patreon, the middle tier offering, gives it to you at slightly lower price with slightly less detail. You got a lot more detail actually in the YouTube member area. So, check out Patreon. They got a quick pep talk in 15 coins this morning. And then the YouTube member area got the whole Megillah. 50 coins, sectors, right? Quiet Don doing loyalty badges and emojis. Thank you, sir, for supporting the channel. Those guys get priorities on comments. By the way, the YouTube member area this morning was like, yeah, we went through it. Yeah, we did all this. And then the market started to uptick. And then 6 people came in with 3 requests each. That just, and like I said, a lot of charts look the same. They gave us 4 layer ones, SUI, SEI, Solana, and Cardano, and we ranked them. Toby ranked them. Boom. Adjust your portfolio accordingly, right? Alan Wood. What's up? Real world asset protocols top $10 billion. Let's get bearish and leave. Solana meme coin trenches heat up. Watch out. They're back. Kathy Wood says memes are dead and never coming back. Toby Ward was telling you that a year ago when everybody was like out of their mind. And I was like really frankly angry that we weren't more involved, right? New member joined. Welcome. Kathy Wood says memes are dead. They're never coming back. Guess what? Memes are coming back. Fartcoin's telling you this. Fartcoin bottomed the whole market. Fartcoin, that's why the first thing I went to was AI. Truth Terminal creates Fartcoin. Fartcoin gets everyone's attention. Fartcoin rallies in the face of every equity market dimwit that hated it and had its nice victory lap. Meanwhile, Fartcoin goes to 5 billion and the whole market goes with it. Not to mention the good AI plays, because again, OpenAI is just going to keep, Grok right now is unbelievable. Like Grok is, with the stuff that me and Toby, middle-aged people are doing with AI, thumbnails, descriptions, editing, portfolio organization, portfolio optimization, narrowing it down into this is not going to stop. It's only going to get better. It's a prosperity trade that no one wants to do because everyone is too busy being negative. Crypto stocks soar as Bitcoin tech sector gain. I mean, did you see this chart? I mean, this is like the Riot blockchain chart. I mean, can we just think about this for a second? Frequently, technical analysis is what is the nature of the price action? What is the nature of the price action? Weekly 9 bottom in Riot. Where is this going? When you have AI and Bitcoin and they can't get the liquidity that they need. Just tell me, where's that going? The bigger the base, the higher in the space? You got to be kidding me. And people are all negative this stuff. All negative. Right? This stuff is at April 2024 levels. The whole bull market was unwound. So wave 1 up, wave 2 down, wave 3 coming up. Right? Like, if I can get back and find it, the Elliott Wave article, I can tell you, here it is. Okay. So sometimes the 2 wave unwinds the 1 wave. So, you had this deep correction here for 4. This is the opposite. So you had wave 1 up and then it crashed. Right. And then it's just going to go whoop. And then you might have a sideways wave 4 over the summer. All the way up, all the way down. This is BTBT. All the way up, all the way down. This is a giant 2 wave. This is how meme coins make their bottoms. I can't believe that we're not doing this. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're absolutely friggin' doing it. It's happening like right before your eyes. Tokenized US gold could ultimately benefit Bitcoin. Yeah, dude, silver, bid. Copper, bid. Ethereum, Bitcoin, gold, silver, up. Dollar, oil, down. We're like blowing stuff up in the Middle East. Oil's like, meh. Bitcoin forming bottom as Fed eases trumpets. Blah, 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 blah. They have to push money into the system. And whatever's going on tariffs doesn't affect GDP. And they did this in 2017 and no one cared. And we're all hysterical. They got everyone out. They had everyone losing their mind. Everyone's like, oh my God, everything's overvalued. Sell. Okay, yeah, it is unfortunate that people got trapped at the top. But This is when you should be thinking about Lamborghinis. How do you get a Lamborghini? You buy it when everyone hates it. And then you just sit there and don't sell, right? It goes up in May, there's volatility in the summer, and then it's up only after that. Like up only in the fall. So you got spring just starting. You got spring, maybe get a little rally into May. You get summer, man, and then you get whoosh for 6 months from November to February, just like last time, just like 2024. Insane. Whatever this is, BMAX unlocks a new asset class for the public. Convertible bonds. It's so funny. All the stodgy legacy institutions are doing ETFs, preferred stock, convertible bonds, all the stuff that you have to take a finance class to understand. All you need to know is that everybody in crypto is accessing legacy to get money to buy more crypto, and we're out. And I know I've said this for like the last 6 straight days, and I'm just going to keep right on saying it because I can give it to you like 6 different ways. I don't know. It's like, hey, it's like how many different ways? Like hamburger helper. It's like, okay, today we have sloppy joes, today we have hamburgers, and we have meatloaf. It's like, how many different ways are there to give you hamburger helper for crypto? Like just, hamburger helper and macaroni and cheese. There's so many things we can do. You can take it and wad it up into a bowl and eat it on the way to the gym. I don't know. Just get busy. People think I'm out of my mind. It's like everyone's like, well, I mean, I get it. People are like, yeah, we want more TA. Okay. Crypto headed towards one-stop shop multi-asset investment platform as M&A activity heats up, says Bernstein. So let's unpack this. So mergers and acquisition. Old-fashioned Wall Street. There is actually a movie called Wall Street with Charlie Sheen and Michael Douglas. It's got, hey, Crypto Billy in the house. What's up? Crypto Billy knows about the Wall Street movie with Michael Douglas where they talk about M&A, mergers and acquisitions, right? Companies buying companies. It's happening. It's going to happen in crypto. They're going to buy the miners. They're going to start buying futures exchanges. It's already happened. Coinbase is buying somebody. Then there's multi-asset investment platforms. So at Goldman, we used to call it cross-asset. They used to be bonds, stocks, currencies. They were huge consumers of my work. They would come in and be like, yeah, they wouldn't tell me what they were doing. They would just say, yeah, just read these 3 charts and tell us what you think. And then they would they would tell the client and they would build the structured derivative product. I don't know. Like, if gold goes down and SP goes up, then my big strategy works and I get paid. That's how that basically works. And crypto is headed towards a one-stop shop. I mean, just do it all. You're going to be able to buy tokenized versions of the crypto equities or Goldman, and all these guys are going to get involved. Everybody wants to be the place where you go for crypto. I mean, Galaxy Digital already has it. Now Galaxy Digital is going to have competition from every big player in the street. Little guy innovates, big guy wins sometimes. I hope that's not true. I hope Mike keeps on winning because Mike invented it. Novogratz, that is. Okay, Pantera's Cosmos is watching, drum roll. I can't find it. This is where I got the idea. Okay, he's watching GRASS. Okay, right? And TAO, BIttensor, if I'm saying that right. Okay, here it is. Just dominating in token incentives. Okay. Now, what's funny is these guys liked TAO in 2023. TAO comes out, goes up, goes straight down, and now no one will touch it. So here's TAO coming out, down, up on the orange man, down. Hedge funds love it. Google loves it. We hate it. How can that even be possible? I don't know how it's possible. Okay. Going to live TA on TradingView as soon as I call it up. Right? I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to look at. So let's look at it. Okay, so VXX, a measure of fear in equities. We talked about this. Massive fear. Fear gets to resistance. Fear crash. Up share screen. Fear gets to its high. Everyone afraid. Fear crashes. Everyone in. Everyone out. Everyone back in again. MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, by the way, just crossing equilibrium with LuxAlgo buy signals. Last one, he got faked out. Hedge funds got their revenge. Now it's going the other way. Right? Big Rich with the super chat, sir. I appreciate that. Okay. Sol DeFi, Raydium. I know. You know what? Sol DeFi, everyone was like, blah. Hey, probably so much so, it's turning around going the other way. Look at Raydium. Oh, God. Went to $8 to $1. Went to the discount zone. Went sat inside the discount zone. So freaking destroyed. And you know what? No one will touch it. No one will touch it. They'll touch it. They'll wait for the eclipse. How much? We got 4 days. New moon, eclipse, Venus, Uranus. You want to know what that means? You know where to go. You know where to go. Eagle King talking about the ISO 222 coins. I don't have to figure out how to say it. Hedera at the 200-day moving average. You know, all the way up, all the way back to the 200-day moving average. All these coins are at their long-term mean. They're at their long-term mean. And no one is interested. The integration of cryptocurrencies into traditional finance, right? XRP, Cardano, Quant, Algorand, Stellar, Hedera, right? Cardano is probably going to go to sleep, and I'm guessing XRP and Algorand out of this group. Or we'll cover it in the next YouTube member area. I'll find out which one Toby likes. Okay. Not Cardano. Okay. Super chat request for Raydium. Okay. I took care of that. Okay. Again, you know, when you look at Raydium, I bet if you look at it on DeMark, I mean, it's crazy that you could have crypto at the discount zone on LuxAlgo. You can have crypto at major weekly DeMark support on, you know, weekly charts. And undoubtedly, you can have a 13 bottom, a 9 bottom. You can have this thing trade like total garbage just to make sure that everyone is A, out, and B, never comes back, because it's so awful, right? It's so awful. Like, this is what they do. They make you think this is winter. That's what they did. They dropped it, and they made you think it was over. I can't blame them. I can't blame people. But that's why I got on the air every day screaming. I don't care. Now, the 13 bottom is confirmed. This was clearly a selling climax. And now it's going the other way. This is Raydium, Jupiter, all this stuff. I'm just the same. Do you have any idea what happens if memes get going again? Like, let's look at Bonk. So Bonk has been moving along with Fart. I didn't know that. Yeah. As a perfect 9 bottom in Bonk last week. I mean, Bonk is back to where it started on Binance in 2024. I mean, I don't know what the redeeming value of this is, but if it winds up somehow on the Solana phone, right? These are the things that could airdrop onto the Solana phone. And I know that WIF is also destroyed. You know, I don't know necessarily a fan of this, but that's just totally wrecked. Totally. I mean, you know, it's at $5 and then it's at 0. Like, I don't know if this is the trade, But this is the extent to which these things have been totally destroyed. I mean, there has to be a trade in here somewhere, don't you think? Like real world assets, Ondo up 4%, token up 9%. Oh my God, Gigachad after those meme coins. God, I don't know how that got on the real world asset page, but it's there. Okay. We looked at this coin this morning, Zeus, exploding through its 200-day moving average. Yeah, Chainlink should be at $15. Get out of here. Just stop it. Just stop it. Render. Does anybody want to do the AI trade? Big Rich does. Render. Buy signal today. LuxAlgo. Smoking. It's like this market is like sneaking up on people. It's called first it was top down, right? It was Bitcoin. Now, like Fetch, artificial super intelligence token, like sat on a discount zone for 2 weeks, and now it's perky, but it's they're hesitating. Now it may take a while for like the money flow indicators and stuff to turn, but that's okay because you got the eclipse at the end of the month. And you have bullish seasonals because we covered this in multiple other live streams. You got bullish seasonals in XRP, and you got bullish seasonals in Bitcoin at or around, before and after Easter. So the more the market hesitates, Stefan, good morning. The more the market hesitates, the higher it can go once everyone gets in. And unless it goes down and stops me out, which it hasn't yet. It hasn't. Everyone is waiting for that. Everyone's afraid of that. I mean, I got people coming in. Bitcoin's going to 73K. There's a guy this morning. Bitcoin's going to 65. The market trades terrible. And people hate it. Or it trades terrible and they like it, but they can't stand the discomfort of staying in, which is the definition of a bottom. That's the definition of a bottom, right? Okay, so notification bell, YouTube member area, Patreon is the middle tier offering. Everybody's getting altcoin picks. We just locked and loaded. We're getting long, right? What sectors, what coins, groups of 50, groups of 15, groups of 5. Can't make it any easier than that, right? If you want to trade like Michael Saylor, we got that. You want to trade like Paul Tudor Jones, you got that. We got to trade like Toby Ward, we got that. Look at Zcash. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Well, I love my Zcash, but I'm always afraid when Zcash outperforms the market. But, share screen. Yeah, I mean, we have a privacy portfolio in the YouTube member area, which I did not include in this filter. Like, I did not tell it to filter in and out the coins just because we actually like them all. I can't bring myself to get out of privacy. Most important thing about Zcash is it's breaking this long-term downtrend line drawn by LuxAlgo. So this is the benefit of LuxAlgo. And the thing I was looking at yesterday, which was up a lot, okay, which again, I haven't filtered in or out, is 0x0. Oh my God, look at this thing. 0x0. Like anything privacy related is just smoking. This went from 40 cents. Everyone loved it at 40 cents, but absolutely no one wanted it at 5 cents was the low. And of course, you got massive people heaving, everyone out. This is just everyone out. I don't even know if people did get in here, right? Jav with the super chat, sir. I appreciate that. Altcoins making a comeback. Dude, you got to stop thinking about altcoins as altcoins and start thinking about altcoins as tech stocks. Got to start thinking about this AI trade. Because this AI trade, it's not like, let's do Fartcoin. Dude, Fartcoin is the speculative leader. What follows Fartcoin? No one is asking these questions. 0x0 out of the gate. Right? All the privacy coins smoking. Antivirus, I think, could be next. right? Because McAfee is talking, and then if there's a breakthrough, which there just happened in ChatGPT and voice inflection and what these AIs can say and do, McAfee on Joe Rogan is coming. There's a video footage of McAfee talking about being bullish Bitcoin like 5 years ago. Like McAfee was on Bitcoin before everyone else was. Now the question is, what are you going to get on before everyone else? Right? Because you got paid to buy the wreckage in 2013, you got paid to buy the wreckage in 2018, you got paid to buy the cough, cold, and flu puke in 2020. You got literally, the market was just like, if you are brave enough to step into this thing and go, you know what? I don't care if everyone's negative. I'm getting in. And you held it. You 10x your money in large caps. Never mind what happens if you hit a small cap. And every single player in crypto is coming. It's been announced, and no one will touch this market, which is fine. Because when they do touch this market, it's going to be crazy banana pants. Here we go. John McAfee. If Bitcoin breaks 100K, you can bet it will hit 1 million. What a legend. What a legend. It's going to be a talking legend soon. And when this AI agent narrative picks up, like I'm already thinking like coin of the day. Like, for example, I told you yesterday, can't remember where I have it. I said, hey, fart coin's leading. What kind of coin would you make? He said, I'd make whistleblower coin. WHIST or WHST, whistleblower meme coin. That came from an AI agent. Now, I don't think anyone's going to launch that coin. But you got to ask yourself, who are the legends and what would the legends trade? That's what's in the YouTube member area. So even if you're not into antivirus and McAfee, right, there's something else for you to be interested in. And this AI trade, again, all this stuff has been marked down to zero. And the only thing that's gone up is Fartcoin. What happens if the whole rest of the market, like the entire rest of the market, follows Fartcoin with these gigantic legacy institutions in? What happens when Silicon Valley is next? What, you don't think this Google announcement has got the attention of the rest of the Magnificent Seven? Really? You think they're all not going, well, gee, how do we get in on this? They're calling their Wall Street partners. They're going, hey, how come you guys aren't calling us? What can we do? That's happening right now. Right now. Okay. Okay, people. That's it for today. We will see you tomorrow. Until other